Welcome to carving a turtle tutorial. Enjoy! Now we're going to start carving all the legs down with the file. You can start by picking up a pencil and drawing lines on the legs in the middle. Always remember to dip your turtle in the water to keep the dust down. Now place the file flat against your index finger. Now place the file flat on one of the legs and start filing away. You can start with the file at an angle to create a small indent, which will keep your file in place when you file flat. Start filing about halfway down to the line that you drew earlier in the middle of the body. Keep filing away. You will start to see some dust on your cloth. That's great. Now we will start carving the neck. Use the same technique that you used on the legs. Place your file at an angle and create an indent. Then keep filing away, but not too much. You're only creating a groove. You can also carve the tail by using the same technique that you use on the legs. Here are the legs that are carved halfway down the body. And here is the neck and the tail. Next is the top shell of the turtle. It may be easier for you if you draw a circle on top to use as a guideline. Start carving away at the sides, keeping the file at an angle. Remember to keep dipping the turtle in the water as it gets dusty, and continue to file in a downwards motion. Here is what the top of the shell will look like once you've finished filing around the edges. Notice the top circle from where you drew the circle. Now we will begin to round off the bottom shell. Here's what it will look like when you've finished both shells. Rounded off bottom and the rounded off top shell. Now we have to do the bottom of the head as well as the tail. Grab a pencil and make a mark at the bottom of where you will be carving away from the head. This is where we're going to start to carve away to separate the neck from the body a bit more. And this is what the finished neck will look like. The next step is rounding off the legs and the tail. Gently start rounding off the legs with the file at an angle. This is what the legs and the tail will look like once you finish rounding them off with the file. Now we will show you how to do the eyes and the face. With our file, we now start filing away on top of the head around the eyes. It may be very helpful to take a look at a photograph of a turtle at this point, just to see all the details. We carve the eyes out by using the edge of the file and filing away very gently. Pay attention to the details. This is what one finished eye looks like. Now, let's turn it around and start working on the other eye. Now we can work on top of the head, carving between the eyes, and carving around the face as well. This is what the head and the eyes of the turtle will look like once you've done all the filing. So now it's time to sand your finished carving. First, grab your piece of orange sandpaper. Dip it in the water. Also make sure that your stone is wet. Now start rubbing with the sandpaper. You can do circular motions, you can go up and down, and you can go sideways, whatever you like. The sandpaper may get quite dusty. Just dip it in the water and clean it off. And start sanding again. Now we use the yellow sandpaper. This will make your stone super smooth. Dip your paper in the water and keep on sanding until it's nice and smooth. Once you're finished sanding, put it back in the water and see how smooth it is. Dry your stone and check for any scratches that might be left over. If you see any scratches, start sanding again. After you finish sanding, you are welcome to engrave on the top shell, if you like. Use the corner of your file to create the pattern on her back. After this, you will be waxing. Again, I would like to mention you can use any pattern you like. Make sure that you engrave these lines very deeply, at least 5 times. Otherwise, they might fade away when you wax them. Now it's time to wax your sculpture. Place it on a piece of cardboard. Using a hairdryer, heat the stone for 2 minutes or more, whatever is needed to melt the wax. You will want the wax to melt when you touch the stone with it. Once the stone is hot enough, pick up your wax and start rubbing it all over the stone. You will see it melt. Make sure you don't touch the stone with your fingers, as this stone is going to be very hot. Once the stone has completely cooled off, pick up your little white cloth and start rubbing your stone with it. This is what will buff it out and make it really shine. We hope you had a great time doing this.